What's up, y'all? I'm YP.
I'm D Style.
This is Vlog 36, Raw and Uncut. We're talking about having people on your team that are assets and not liabilities. Basically, we're just saying it's best to have people, people that, add to what you're doing, that, can bring more to whatever you're doing or value to whatever you're doing. No matter what it is, whether it's just a person being on your team to help you start a business, whether it's a person you just work with at a job, having somebody that's the asset that can help make the business run better or help make the shift at the job easier because they can do such and such in any and all aspects. Of not having a liability, somebody that's lazy, somebody that's just trying to tag along because you just shining, because you shining or you doing whatever it is, and they just trying to be a part of it and not do anything, or they a hold up, or they not. There's no value. They're not bringing value to whatever it is that you're doing, or the shift that you're working, or the business that you're starting, or the sport that you're playing, or the music that you're doing, whatever it is.
And exactly what you said, and having an asset, is somebody, is like somebody, you can count on, somebody's reliable, that's gonna come through, that's playing their role, it's part of your team, that's gonna do what they say they was gonna do, they man or woman about their word, and they strictly, straight to the point, business or whatever it is, and they're gonna take care of what they gonna handle their business. They're gonna take care of what they need to take care of. And like he said, the liability is the ones that is like the risky ones. It's like not like the risky ones that be like, you don't know. They could be like somebody that's unpredictable or unreliable. Like you don't know what the hell they're gonna do. And then you got that in your team. If you have a person like that, then those people you gotta get rid of because they costing you money or costing you an opportunity with your business or whatever you doing, for you to move forward. You gotta get rid of people like that.
You can't have that. You can't have that in your circle on your team, man. Especially when you're trying to accomplish something, or you have something that you need done. You need somebody that can really do it, really make it happen. Somebody that might also, we gotta watch for people that also just want to do a little something and then make sure they get their credit, and then they'll do more for you. You gotta look out for that. And you gotta look out for people that's, they just want to tag along, so they do a little this, but really they ain't trying to do shit.
Right.
Or they just see what you're doing and then trying to tag along, come along, because they see what you're doing, because you're doing this, you're doing that. You don't want no liability like that. Or somebody that you tell to do something, but every time you do it, it's always something fucked up with it. And they can't get right. Where it always has to come back. It always has to come back to you having to fix it, or you have to go and correct it, or you got to go find somebody else to help them correct it. That's when you got a problem. You got to X out that square.
Basically cleaning up their mess that they made. The thing is, also when you start, whatever you're doing, you have certain people. You always want to make sure that you really, get to know the person. I mean, like whether it's business or whatever, get to know a person, really know who you're working with. Who is this person? Their history, and everything. Just know who you're working with. Be able to read people, read certain things about them, their mannerisms or whatever they do, because that'll tell you a lot about them. And if you can rely on them, with anything, they will be an asset. Because especially, nowadays, you can, people, the world's so fast now. Everybody want everything now, so they want to, people just want to grab people. It could be off of social media, just try and grab people and say, yeah, you this and that, you and my shit or whatever. Yeah, you just try and grab people or whatever, whoever, but you're not really thinking like who's, really analyzing who's who and what is what. And then that's how who we're dealing with, because then you end up in a mess, a fucked up situation. Like you say, you gotta clean up the mess, or you gotta get somebody to clean up their mess,
or get rid of them, X that square out, like I said, and then get somebody to clean up the mess, like you're saying.
Like I was, and then that's what that's what makes it, it will mess everything up, and then it'll lead to certain times where if it gets real bad, you might have to start over. You might have to go back, because the business fucked up because what one person did, and then now you bankrupt or something worse than that, and then you gotta go. You starting over, fucked everything up, and then you gotta find new people or you
got a new company
or something.
Or take the money that hopefully you saved on the side or profited or something, and take that, start a whole nother company.
Yep. And you see that every day. That's why you gotta know. You wanna catch those type of things, or you wanna know. Certain people like that. You wanna know who they are beforehand. You wanna be ahead. You wanna be ahead and know. If something about to happen, or something. This person about to do. You wanna be ahead and attack it then and. You ain't got to deal with that shit once you get rid of them or whatever. For example, this man I got on my T-shirt, Jay-Z. Everybody, throughout the years from when he first started in '96 to now, how he started with Dame Dash and Biggs and all some of the artists, Memphis Bleak and all that, and then until now, you see who's around him and still around him. Certain people is not around him no more. Certain people still around him, still sticking around. Because as he went on, he had to get rid of certain people.
Or just separate,
depart because of
he had to hate each other or anything like that. But it's just you go as grown men do. You go your separate
ways. Yep. And then people gotta understand it's growth. People want people, and then sometimes that person might not understand why you taking this direction or why you doing that, because they so used to the same old way or how y'all started or anything, and you gotta take this way for yourself to grow and for you what you want to do, because this person might not even support what you're doing, because they want to do, they think they the same shit and they don't want to see you grow really in a certain way, but but like you said, it ain't gotta be to the point of beef or anything, but it's like you gotta separate and just move on. It's like Jay-Z said in this one song, Lost One. He said, I had to divorce him. Hov had to get that shallow shit off him. He had to get, he had to divorce certain, like a divorce. He had to separate himself and get away from that shit, so he could move forward. Rather that people don't understand. It's part of life. Period.
People gonna have opinions about it all they want, but at the end of the day, you gotta do what's right. You feel is right and best for you going forward in your life and what you're trying to do and accomplish and all that stuff. And it's not even just about just accomplishments. It's just the right moves for you in your life and where you at in your life with your family, whatever it is that you have going on. Also, every decision plays a part based off of those around you, your close ones, or whomever it may be, or very close in your circle.
And no matter it don't matter how close, then it don't matter how whether it's family, friends, or whatever. You got, if they a liability, you don't deal with them. Period.
Like that.
You love them from a distance. You appreciate what they did or whatever, or whatever they for whatever they did or whoever they are, period. But you can't have them around to mess up your business, whatever you're doing.
Basically, you want to have assets, people that you can rely on, that can fulfill the position, you can count on to get something done when you're not around, when you're doing something else and you don't have time to do that. You need people like that around you, people that can do those things that you can't do or that you don't have time to do. You need those type of people.
And they're gonna play their role.
It's like I know I can count on them, even if something goes wrong. I know that they'll tell me, and I can still count on them that they'll figure it out, or even they can talk to me over the phone and say such and such. So I'm gonna do this and that, and then figure it out, and we all just keep moving on one way or another. Because things always gonna come up and happen. Keep that in mind, also.
Well, and you always gotta be mindful of that. So, whenever moves you make, like I said, you know who's who, what is what, and what role they play. And you don't want to just, that's like an NFL team. This is around the time when NFL coaches get fired. Because it starts from the top. The owner and the general manager, and you the coach. You're not doing your role. You're not winning games. You're not putting the players in the right positions for them to win the game. For y'all to win the game, then you gone. You out. And then sometimes it go down to firing the general manager. The owner have to fire the general manager because he didn't sign the right players. He didn't draft the right players. He didn't hire the right coaches. And so then the general manager have to go, you know, because it's like I said, it starts with the top, and he look at who's an asset, who's a liability. He have to get rid of those liabilities so he could bring in people that's assets, and that's going to
add to what he's doing. Add to what you're building.
Yep, and add to the team so the team could get better and win games.
That's the whole goal.
Because that's the whole goal.
Win games, go to the playoffs, and go to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Perfect example.
Right, and if you're not growing and you a liability, basically like you were insurance. Was it like insurance policy?
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta have insurance policy because you don't know what that person might do because it might fuck everything up. Gotta cut them, let them go. Period.
And that's our blog talking about assets and liabilities.
And we out.